しょう。頑張りましょう。
言いたいことがあるみたいです。俺たちで勝たせるんだろ、まだまだできるっしょ。そうですよね、私もそう思います。皆さんまだまだいけます。今日声が枯れてしまっても月曜日までまだ時間は十分あります。なので今日まずは皆さんが持っているパワー全部出し切ってください。ということで皆さんもう一回聞きますよ。大声援を送る準備できていますか？ありがとうございます。ここからの応援練習でもパワー全開でお願いします。それではまず1階席の皆さんと応援練習を行っていきます。1階席の皆さんはブルーウェーブの
ご準備ください。
いいインサイドアウトが出たときに、やっぱシュートが入ってくるとね、いいシュート打ってるからね、入ってで、落ちたときもリバウンド取れてっていう、本当に自分たちが一番得意としている形に持っていけたのかなというふうに思ってるんで、本当、総じていいゲームだったなというふうに思いますし、これは本当にスカウティング、さっさ今回してくれたんですけど、さっさのスカウティングと、それをね、しっかりやりきった選手は、本当、プロフェッショナルだなと思いますし、明日もう一回ね、これに対して、今度、アドラシ案件を三河さんがしてくると思うので、もうライアンもめちゃくちゃいいコーチなんで、それに対しても自分たちがどういう準備できるか、またね、CS なんで準備だけでは勝てないんで、そこからそのゲームの中で駆け引き、どれだけ勝てるかっていうところがあると思うんで、明日、僕たちができる限りの準備をしっかりしていきたいなというふうに思います。
Yeah, I mean, tough second quarter. I thought first quarter was good, third quarter was good. But we got to be better. We'll be better tomorrow. Just make our adjustments, and just didn't feel like us today. And we just got to be better tomorrow. It's part of a playoff series. I mean, they were one of the best defenses. They were number one in the league in protecting the paint, and that's what they do. They're going to make you make shots around the rim, and they're going to make you make shots from the three. Like, that's what they do. The best teams in the playoffs do what they do at a high level, and RYUKYU, to their credit, they did what they do. Like, they were their identity, right? So we need to be better at being our identity.
準備よろしいでしょうか。では僕のせーのの掛け声に続いて一斉に鳴らしてください。いきます。勝利を呼び込もう。せーの。ありがとうございます。チーム半分さんが一丸となって今日の勝利をつかみ取りましょう。レッツシーホース。
今こそ本気で変わらなきゃいけない。社会の安心を担い続けるために考えてるだけじゃダメなんだ。私たち損保ジャパンはまず動く。新しい損保の形を数々のアクションの中から見つけていく。まず動く。だから彼損保ジャパンアクションズ始まる。
星の数ほどある仕事、選び方すらわからない。それが普通だよね。
だから私たちがお供します。マンツーマンで派遣の仕事探し。
ホットスタッフ見すぎだよ。
そのグループ B リーグクォーターファイナルズ2025-26ゲーム2シーホースピーカー vs 琉球ゴールデンキングス。クルーチーフ加藤隆樹、バーストンファイヤー堀内潤、セカンドファイヤー石川祐介。それでは琉球ゴールデンキングススターティング5の発表です。4番ビックロー、8番佐渡原亮、14番岸本隆一、15番松崎義之、45番ジャック・キューリー。ヘッドコーチは桶谷大です。 演出のため場内が安定します。演出のため場内が安定します。シーホース三河ファンベースの皆さん、ブルーウェーブペンライトをご準備ください。昨日のゲームは皆さんの大声援素晴らしかったです。ただ今日はそれを超えなければなりません。今日もう一度ホーム全員で戦いましょう。勝利をもぎ取りましょう。頂点まであと6つ。Together we both Seahorse Mikawa.シーホースピーカー7番長野1つ目のファウル、1つ目のチームファウルです。ディフェンスディフェンス。 シーホースから10番、レイク1つ目のファウル、2つ目のチームファウルです。札幌琉球ナンバー34、小野寺。コートを整備いたします。コートを整備いたします。
Big basket inside there by Devontae Gardner as we pick up the action here in quarter number 1. Almost 4 minutes gone. 3 on the way for the Golden Kings. And again, Jack Cooley will get an offensive rebound. That is what he does best. Ryukyu 10, 2 points here for Seahorses Mikawa. Gardner not happy with that call as he picks up his first personal. First free throw will drop for Big Jack. Jack Cooley will make the second.
Let's go, Seahorse!
Now 10-point advantage at 12-2.
RYUKYU 14番、岸本1つ目のファウル、1つ目のチームファウルです。シュート時のファウル、フリースロー2本が与えられます、Tシャツ。
Two free throws coming up here for the big man. And Kishimoto, nothing much he can really do. He is small as compared to the huge Davante Gardner. Makes the free throw. He's got all the 3 points of Mikawa. He'll make the second. Once again, an electric crowd we have here inside the Wing Arena Korea. Why not? These fans looking to be able to find a victory here against the multi-titled RYUKYU Golden Kings. Foul will be called. Wasn't much, but still, there was contact. But if you're the Golden Kings, that is the start that you want. That's exactly what Coach Dayo Kitani told his boys. We're playing away, and what we need to do is come up with the lead as early as we possibly can. Matsusaki will come up with his first personal foul. Nice look there at Coach Ryan Richmond. Alex Kirk, the big man, now in here for the Golden Kings. Coaching the win-way point. Quarter number 1. Not a movement. Gardner will put up a 3. Come up just short. Again, Jack Cooley doing his job, but the outlet. His teammate wasn't looking. That's gonna hurt. As Lehman hits his first 3. Cooley will put one up. That's a long 2. He's capable of that, but more than anything else, you'll see him operating inside the shaded area. Go to the wing. Again, you like exactly what Nagano is trying to do. Trying to compact the defense and looking for the outside shooter. Checking in now. Number 11, Yoshiaki Kubota. Number 30 is also in the ball game for the first time. Aaron White from the United States. So is Japanese national squad member Avi Koki Schaefer, 6'8", 28-year-old. Schaefer setting the pick. Gets the roll. That's too easy. That's the way you draw it up in practice. gonna cut the deficit down to 5. Kishimoto, nice to see him back in action. He was unavailable for the playoffs last year because of an injury. Nothing on the inside there from, that's Dotson. Damian Dotson. Got a good look. Just a little too strong. And again, it just so happened to fall in the lap of the big man, Jack Cooley. MIKAWA in the penalty. Ooh, one of the few misses you're going to see from Jack Cooley from the free throw line. And the fans going nuts. Jack Cooley is third in terms of rebounding at 9.6, almost in double digits. Well, that's his specialty. The big man can really carve out so much space. Now one of their stars come in. That is number 18, Masahiro Waki. Waki's got length at 6'3". He's only 23 years old. I get inside. Open three. Big offline. Jake Lehman will track that one down and put one up. A little bit too strong. Nice rebound by Alex Kirk. Check that by Vic Law. Law puts up a three. Lehman will track it down. Alex Kirk has taken the place of Jack Cooley. SEAHORSES still down here by 6. Foul will be called. That's going to be the third on the Golden Kings. Waki there with a bump. Caught for that one, his first personal. Nice look at Ishii. Jumper there. Kubota found himself open and he said, why not? Diklo, a super scorer. Nice to set that pick. The pass goes right to Lehman. Here comes White. White went away from the basket. Well, he didn't want a turnover. Lehman to the wing. Here's White. Open jumper, yes. That's patience being shown here by White. And he got the bucket anyway. Cuts the lead down to 2. Diklo. Almost got his pocket pick. Open 3. Bang. Shota Onodera is there primarily for defense, but at the same time, he is capable of hitting those long toms. Hits one there. Jake Lehman hoists up a deep one. Almost banked that one through. Diklo in the open court. Gets inside the paint. Will kick it back out. Alex Kirk will be fouled. Oh, he's a handful. He is 7'1". And he's got very good footwork. Look at this. Alex Kirk is a veteran. That's going to be the second personal foul on the national team member, Koki Schaefer. Devante checks back in. Alex Kirk is 10th in terms of block shots per player at almost 1 per contest. That smart play there from White. That saved him 1 point. Lead is still 6 for the Golden Kings though. White with the attack. Foul there by Dotson.
琉球21番ドットソン1つ目のファウル4つ目のチームファウルです
Dotson got him there.
Let's go Seahorse!
First personal foul on Damian. Kirk back in. And here comes the big man, Jack Cooley. Nice look there at Coach Dayo Kitani. Kitani has been at the helm of the Golden Kings just about forever. He's an institution here. Deep 3, no. Good boxing out by Onadera. And Cooley will track that one down. Here comes Waki. Waki will challenge. Will come up short though. But they're going to say he got fouled on that fadeaway. Watch it there once again. Took advantage of his much smaller opponent. That was Ishii who picks up his first. Now both teams in the penalty. White will be relieved. First free throw drops for Waki. (21-13) as we approach the final minute of the opening period. Biggest lead in this contest, enjoyed by the Golden Kings at 10. Sidestepping move, Davante Gardner, easy lay-in. He's that big, but he is really shifty footwork. Deep 3 works! And that is Vic Law. When he starts to make those threes, it opens up driving lanes for himself and some of these other stars, even the local ones. Leads back up to 9, 24-15. Surveying the situation. He can't find Gardner. Ishii puts up a deep one, no. Koki with a tap, yes. Gardner saying that 3 just went down. You nullified it. They're working on the game clock and the shot clock as well. But the shot clock should be off. It hit the rim. That was clear. But that should be a turnover because Koki Schaefer actually stepped on the baseline. Let's see how they rectify the situation. Referees are saying 8.5 on the clock. Let's see where we eventually end up. They're double checking here. Our three officials handling proceedings today are referee Kato, referee RYUKYU, and referee MIKAWA.
先ほどのショットクロックリングに当たっていたことは確認されました。なのでダバンテ・ガードナー選手のスリー
They're
ポ
gonna
イン
say
トは
it's a
カウ
shot
ントさ
clock
れました。
violation.
ゲームクロック 7.4 秒から再開です。守っていきましょう。ディフェンスディフェンス。
Oh, they're gonna say that shot from Devante Gardner counts. So that 9-point deficit is now just 6. And they say 7 seconds remaining. As Kishimoto will come back in. Here's Low. Puts up a hurry three. They say he stepped on the sideline. Even if that shot went down, it would not have counted. Did he step out of bounds? With still some time remaining. Yes, there was time remaining. Maybe about a second. They will check on this one. They might have to put back at least a second. Here we have call of the referees. Or they say 0.4. So with less than 0.5, it can't be a catch and shoot. It'll have to be something pushed towards the basket. They say in layman, he can really hoist it from deep. They need something going towards the basket. With that tip, that should go down. And that's it. That should be it. Or will they say that tip was just 0.2? Again, they want to be absolutely sure. That was a tip, which would have taken at least 0.02 off the clock. And they're going to study it once again. So they're going to say no time expired. That's impossible, but nonetheless, we go right back to Devante, throwing it towards the cup, and there. That's definitely point 4. So our first quarter will come to an end. And it's Mikawa 18, Ryukyu 24. Welcome back to the Wing Arena Korea, our venue here tonight as we continue our quarter-final coverage of the B.LEAGUE Championship 2025-2026. It's Mikawa up against RYUKYU here in this quarter-final setup. Offensive rebound once again. They'll go to the wing, Onodera. Onodera's going to lose it. Look at the long arms there of Alex Curtis grabbing that ball and putting it through. Lead is back up to 8, 26-18. Ishii gives it up to Jake. Pick gets set. That's a lot of movement up high. Lehman. But before he launches, Schaefer's gonna get fouled there by Waki. Off the switch. Watch it down low. Waki there holding on to Schaefer. That's a second on Matsuwaki. Here comes Kishimoto back on the floor. Number 15, Matsuwaki is also in. So Masahiro Waki will take a seat. Davante will launch. Davante has been deadly today. He's got 12 points. That's his second three. (26-21). Vic Low once again. And a foul is going to be called on Thomas Kennedy. Kennedy's there to give up those fouls, to give up his body against the world imports. Matsuwaki waiting for some movement. Kishimoto. Still. Nice basket from Matsuwaki there. A lot of fans have made their way here to the Wing Arena Korea. A A lot of fans of the Golden Kings. Matsuaki draining that one and increases the lead once again of the visitors.
Thank you. Your Seahorse MIKAWA Supergirl.
Quick timeout had to be called there by Coach Ryan Richmond. He just felt that his defense wasn't up to the task. Let's see if this changes things. Ishii will go to Gardner. Gardner right back to Ishii. Davante inside. Look at that side step. Avoiding the defense. Easy too. He's got 14 now. This is where they've had problems on the defensive end though. Gardner sticking close to Cooley. Declaw rises and scores. They might give that to the big man. They do. Alex Kirk now with 5 points. It looked like it was going in though for Kirk, but Kirk says it doesn't matter. Jake Lehman inside. Oh, check that. That is Nishida. That'll cut the lead back down to 6. 2.5 gone in the second quarter. And look for Kirk inside. But he was sealing a while ago. Kishimoto deep 3. That's a nice rebound by Lehman. Boxing out Kirk. They push it down. Kennedy. Now they'll wait for the troops. Jake. Back rims that one. And he comes up with a frustration foul. Well, he made contact. That was clearly frustration of missing that. There was contact, and at the same time, that was a good acting job by Vic Lowe. Not the way you want to run your offense in that particular instance. They call 3 down. Let's see them run it. Nice lay in there. That's a second basket here for Nishida in the quarter. Nishida getting away from Matsuaki with a gracefulness of ease. And now Coach Daikani Okitani says, we need to talk things over. We've given up 2 layups already. The lead has been cut down to 4. And Coach Dayakutani sensing trouble. So he changed the defensive schemes, and now let's see what he drew up in terms of their offensive pattern coming down the floor here. One free throw though coming up for Nishida. Nishida's numbers: 4 points, 1 board. So far their top scorer has been Davante with 14 points. He's also contributed 2 rebounds. So far Jack Cooley leading the charge of the players on the floor with his 7 points. Backed up at the 5 of Kirk and the 5 of Dick Lowe. Chance of defense once again. Lowe puts this one up. Alex Kirk, another offensive rebound. That was Big Jack. Kishimoto with the handoff. Matsuwaki from deep? No. That'll be a turnover.
Let's go!
50 seconds before we get to an official timeout, which is the first dead ball situation after the 5-minute mark of the second and fourth quarters. 3-point lead enjoyed by the visitors at 31-28. Nishida once again breaks down his man. Kennedy for 3. Bang! That is our first deadlock at 31. Thomas Kennedy, a 38-year-old, coming up with some big shots. Not expected to really score. Big Jack gets away. Cooley now with 9 points. Now it's Kubota again at the helm. Looks for Nishida. He likes this mismatch. Nice big advantage, goes to the wing. But Kubota left his spot. Turnover here for Seahorses Mikawa. That is turnover number 2. As we get to this official timeout.
今シーズンもオフィシャルサプライヤーとして選手のコンディション向上に貢献している株式会社マルデン。プロフィットシリーズはベストなタイミングで手軽に美味しくタンパク質補給ができると選手からも大好評。今日はそのマルデンよりプロフィット詰め合わせを10名様にプレゼントいたします。熱いアピールをしてくれた方にプレゼントします。欲しい方はアピールをお願いします。その際、席を移動したり、周りの方に迷惑をかけないようにお願いいたします。それではスーパーバール10番の皆様、カラーボールのお渡しをお願いします。カラーボールゲットした方おめでとうございます。ハーフタイム以降に場外インフォメーションにて商品をお引き換えください。全員で守っていきましょう。ディフェンス。
Ball hasn't even been inbounded and they're chanting for defense already. That is how pumped up this crowd is, and they want to pump up their squad. Looking to take this important game number 1 in this very short best of 3. Cooley with a handoff. Kishimoto for 3. Yes, straight and true. It's going to give the visitors another 5-point lead. Nishida goes to Davante. Little hesitation move. Foul there in Jack. And 2 free throws now for the super scorer. Many times scoring champion Davante Gardner. 2 shots now for the big man. Cooley picks up another personal. That's going to be the 3rd team foul here for the boys in gold. Gardner makes the first. That's expected. He takes so many free throws every single game. That's really part and parcel of his overall package. 33-36 as we head into the final 4 minutes. Kishimoto almost lost it. We'll get it back. Sadoharo's back in the ball game. Nice spin by Dotson. Will overshoot though. He was looking for the foul. Yoshida once again. Yoshida always looking for an early attack. Open 3! All day to shoot for Kubota. We're tied once again. This time, not at a 36. Cooley finds Kishimoto. Kishimoto with a handoff. They're going to say that wasn't touched. Let's see if they change the call. Are they going to ask for a challenge though? If they don't reverse the call, you might not want to use your challenge this early and only on a possession really. So Coach Dai says, never mind. Let's let it go. If that was a foul, maybe a crucial foul on one of his main men. Or this is the final seconds, or even the final minute of the game, we can use it. So they let that bad call go. Well, they seem like a bad call from their point of view. Deep 3! This is the first lead for Seahorses Mikawa when it comes from their main man Nishida. And a timeout will have to be called now by the Golden Kings. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Tight affair we got here. Most of our quarterfinals have been really close. Kirk inside. They can't find him. Vic Law will misfire. Somebody lost a shoe. Looks like it's Lehman. Somebody stepped on his shoe as he was falling down. As Kennedy picks up his second personal foul. Kennedy actually has done a very good job against Alex Kirk and even Jack Cooley. Damon just makes sure that his shoe is on properly. Now ready to go. Tale of two coaches here. Both of them wanting to will their victories to get them to a 1-0 situation heading into tomorrow. Sneaky shot there by Dotson. Damian Dotson. Played in the NBA as well. A lot of ex-NBA players have taken their talents here to Japan, and why not? It's very similar to the game in the United States. You play 60 regular season games and then you move on to the playoffs. Ishii back. Ishii finds Devontae. Devontae, step back three. Just short. It lands right in front of Kennedy. He says, we got a brand new 14. Let's take advantage. Nishida being guarded by Dotson. Here's Devontae. Puts it up and he drops. He continues his scoring ways, already with 18 points. And we're still in the first half. Kishimoto pocket pass. Will get it back. Cooley with a floater. The big man with a very good offensive night now with 11 points. He's also gobbled up 10 rebounds, so already a double-double for Big Jack. Ishii will launch. Good line, just short. As we're creeping towards the final minute. Kishimoto saying somebody's got to inbound it to me. Aaron White checks back in. One point separating these squads. So Dotson does get it eventually to Kishimoto. Kishimoto pounded by Nishida. Gets away quickly. Finds Jack. Nice deflection there coming from Thomas Kennedy. Thomas Kennedy has played major minutes here so far. Under a minute remaining in the second. Dotson. That's a nice find. Got through his man. And Alex Kirk with an easy layup. Timeout called here by Seahorses Mikawa. Final 40 seconds. Nagano gets away. That was a total breakdown in defense. You don't want to lay up, especially here in the final seconds. This is what you call closing quarter strong. Let's see if RYUKYU can make up for that blunder. They're down by 1. Floater, not going to work for Dotson. White picks it up. They're going to look for the final shot here. At worst, they say, they got the 1-point lead after trailing by 10 early in the first period. Nishida, no. White, still nothing. They got 2 good looks. Nothing dropped. And it's a 1-point affair as we head into the halftime break. MIKAWA 43, RYUKYU 42.
Please welcome your Seahorse Mikawa Supergirl. Thank you. Your Seahorse Mikawa Supergirls.
代で変わる。求められるインフラは地域で変わる。本当に必要なインフラを提供し続けたい。その道のりは険しく果てしない。それでも私たちは地域の未来へ明日をつなぎたい。
それではここで B リーグのパートナー各社をご紹介いたします。 B リーグトップパートナーソフトバンク、 B リーグタイトルパートナーリソナグループ、 B リーグイノベーションパートナーインフロニアホールディングス、 B リーグパートナーズ日本生命 TIS リライブ、 B リーグサポーティングカンパニーズモルテン、朝日新聞、日本経済新聞社、大塚製薬、野村工芸社、 EY ジャパン、エニタイムフィットネス、ストライク、スポーツデポ、ロックアイス、ふるさとチョイス、モルツ、日清食品、 DNA、 B リーグサプライヤー &ST ホールディングス、 B リーグコミュニケーションパートナーLINE ヤフー、 B リーグスポーツ振興&レフェリーサポーティングパートナースポーツくじウィナー、 B リーグクローズパートナー電通。以上 B リーグのパートナー各社のご紹介でした。パークライダーシーホースキングのライブペイントをしてくれています。今日はダイヤル一番ヘッドコーチですね。全員で共に挑戦、最後まで大声援をお願いします。皆さんよろしくお願いします。試合終了後に1回ロビーに展示します。どうぞご覧ください。では、ありがとう。
After enjoying the highlights, let's take a look at the numbers of the first two periods. Mikawa shooting 71% from 2-point distance as compared to 56% here for the squad of the Golden Kings. And virtually even, 31% as compared to 33% here from the 3-point country. Essentially, both these teams are tied. It's only a 1-point lead for Seahorses Mikawa, and that's why you see the numbers virtually identical. 6 free throws made by the Golden Kings, 5 free throws made by Mikawa. Only 2 turnovers from Mikawa, but the Golden Kings also taking very good care of the basketball there, with just 4 turnovers. To get more pertinent numbers, rebounding, the Golden Kings lead that department. That's no surprise. 21-15. Scoring leaders, 18 points for Davante Gardner, 8 for Nishida, and 5 for Kubota. Kennedy and Lehman have also contributed 1-3 each. Assist numbers, +2 in favor of Mikawa, 12-10. Now we got the scoring leaders for the visitors. Cooley with 11, 7 for Kirk, Sadohara with 6, and 5 for Vic Law. Kishimoto with 3. So surprising, you don't have Dotson there as part of the equation. Some of the adjustments need to be made here by Coach Daio Kitani to release his imports on the wing. Not to mention the fact that they have to be able to look to stop Davante Gardner, as you see the rebounding leaders on your screens. Lehman not scoring, but he's helping out in other departments. Coming in to start the second half, Yutaro Suda. And there is Ryo Sadohara. Biclo, as expected, will be starting together with Jack Cooley. That is a combination that has led them to a few championships. And the second half is underway. First possession to the home squad. 2-man game. Nishida and Gardner. Nishida will put up a 3. Just shorten that one. He's got the green light. So does Gardner from just about anywhere on the floor. Do they feel it? Go ahead and take it. First possession for the Golden Kings here in the third. With a pick set there by Jack Cooley. Biclo to Kishimoto. He's deadly from there, not that time. Biclo will pick it up and put it up and miss once again. Davante clears. It's not often you're gonna see Biclo missing from point blank range. Davante now goes into attack mode. Forces the issue. Too strong off the glass. Kishimoto. Thanks Matsuwaki. Now they run their set. Kishimoto steps back, takes advantage of the defender going under on that pick. You gotta keep going over or switch. There's no way you can leave Kishimoto that wide open. Steal. Matsuwaki always there. Puts up a 3. That was an early one. Sadohara gets it to Law. We mentioned Jack Cooley already with a double-double. That time a little short. The first one was strong. This one a little weaker. Too weak. Lehman will bring it closer. Takes advantage of the size mismatch. Finally gets it to drop on the third try. Persistence is key. And Jake Lehman now with 5 points.
ファウル琉球8番佐渡原1つ目のファウル1つ目のチームファウルですバスケットカウントフリースロー1本が与えられますワンショット
Sadohara picks up the personal there. And Mikawa trying to take a 1-point lead with his free throw. No. Third deadlock at 45. Sadohara will give it up. Now they go to Vic Law. There's the double. They're forcing Vic Law to give it up. That might be an offensive foul. It is. Sadohara with the push-off. That was clear. Watch his bewildered look, but again, Nagano got to the spot first. Second personal foul on Sadohara. Nagano gives it up. Lehman, two-man game here. Finds Gardner. Gardner, quick release. Yes! And he says he got fouled. The referee say, play on. 3-point lead now. Enjoyed by Mikawa. They look inside. Jack Cooley high off the glass. Short. Lehman another rebound. Lehman was their leading rebounder in the first half. Gardner's hurt as he gives it up. He might have to be replaced here. Snapped his wrist. That was the previous play. That's not the play where he got hurt. Offensive foul is going to be called on Jack Cooley, impeding the progress here of Nagano. There it was. Well, Cooley put a hand on Nagano. Easy call for the referee. 3 team fouls now for the Golden Kings. Deep three! Jake Lehman finding his range. He's got 8 points. And this is now the biggest lead for the home squad at 51-45. It's going to be a jump ball. Gardner and Law. And let's see with the possession arrow points too. Ishimoto just getting some confirmation, and possession arrow points still to their squad. Law up against Nishida, rises and scores. Four minutes gone in the third. Another fast-paced encounter we're witnessing here in the B-League. This is the 2026-2025 B-League Championship. The playoffs, as they call it here in Japan. Law didn't find Sadohara, who was all alone under. Matsuwaki will launch. Good line. Rattles that one through. 2 threes for Matsuwaki, and that cuts the lead down to 1. Nagano will give it up. He gets it right back. Open 3. A little bit too strong. Gardner is able to track that one down. He looks okay. He looks recovered. They send a double, and when he makes a spin, that might be a foul,
ファウル
and it's going to be on Law.
4番ロー1つ目のファウル4つ目のチームファウルです
He came in a fraction of a second late. If he came in a little earlier, he would have gotten the steal. First personal foul on Vic. And now they're in the penalty with a lot of time still to be played. 4:52. Quick basket by Lehman. He's now in double digits. Lehman, 10 points, 8 rebounds. Might have been an offensive foul there. Gardner. Stopping Vic Law in his tracks. Here comes Law. And Davante will pick up a personal. You wonder how he can stay in step here. Vic Law is quicker. But of course, Davante Gardner with his deceptive speed, but got caught that time for a foul, his second. So Dotson will check in, and so will Alex Kirk. Essentially, when you take a look at those two players that come in, virtually identical in terms of what Jack Cooley and Vic Law bring to the table. And that's why the Golden Kings have been so successful. They can bring in and their other imports out. And there's no dip in play. So it's Law and Dotson on the floor at the same time, together with Alex Kirk. Law with 8 points now. Just checking the defensive assignments. Free throw will get them to within one. Two-man game up high. Nishida finds Gardner. Lehman, open three. That's his specialty. And he's come alive here in the third. He has caught fire. 13 points for Jake. Nice incursion inside. That's too easy for Vic. He's now in double digits as well with 11. We're going to have an exciting fourth period. That is for certain. Nishida. Now Jake. Just rises. Comes up short. Gardner. We'll try to come closer. Lehman, deep three, in and out. Law will push off that rebound. That's a good foul given up by Nagano. That will stop proceedings here and get his squad to be able to recover defensively. Kubota in, replacing their starting point guard. Nagano is their starting point guard, and here comes the backup big in Aaron White. They go into the wing. Matsuwashi with a spin. They go inside to Kirk. Up against Schaefer. Two former national team members, and Kirk delivers. And now tied at 56. Under 3 minutes to be played in the third canto. Quick burst. And Ishii gets away. They're gonna say it's an offensive foul though. Kubota denied there. It would be nice to see that again. Was it because of the shove? He got away from Kishimoto. And there was a shove. Some referees will let that go and call that incidental contact. Matsuwaki. Still trying to get away from his defender. Finds his big man, Kirk. Easy lay-in. That's going to be a delay of game here. Alex Kirk pleading with the referee there to call the foul. But remember, this is playoff basketball. They allow a whole lot more physicality, a lot more contact. Waki will check in. Got to move it on top. Ooh, that might be an offensive foul. It's going to be foul called on Dotson. Got to get away there from Koki Schaefer. Second and Dotson. Who will they send to the free throw line? As we mentioned, we got into the penalty with still 4:52 remaining. Jake Lehman with 14 points, looking to tie things up once again. He makes both free throws. He comes out. Gardner comes in. But he ties things up first before he takes a seat. Fifth deadlock of the contest. Wacky with possession here. They're looking for Kirk inside. Dotson makes his move. Falling away. That's great balance. That will count. Only his 4th point. But if he starts to heat up, that could be trouble here for Seahorses. They go to Devante. Devante once again. Looks inside. Schaefer blows the layup. Under a minute and a half. Here in the third, and a foul will be called on White. That will also put Mikawa in the penalty. Stopping the progress of Dotson there. White comes out, Kennedy in. Dotson making his move once again. And he was clipped on the way. 2 more free throws. And increase the lead here of the visitors. There it was, a lot of contact from Koki Schaefer. No complaints from Avi. Well, Dotson now starting to find his range. That's a good sign for the Golden Kings. Second free throw will rim out. Schaefer has done his job, essentially stopping the forward progress of the world imports. And grabbing boards, here's Davante. They kick it back out though. Sets that pick. Waiting for it to get it back. Puts up a three. A little bit too strong. Nice tip. Quick three reply, no. Kirk clears. Ishii thought he had another three. Ishii hits the deck. This is how it happened. There was a shove. But the foul will be called on Ishii. His second, which means free throws coming up. We're going to give it to Matsuaki. Matsuaki, the much bigger fellow, take advantage of his bulk. 26 seconds remaining here in the third. Lehman will come back in. They want to be able to score here in their final possession in the third. Matsuaki already with 7 points. Big contributions. Second will rim out, but he's able to track it down. We're going to have another 14 seconds to burn here. Dotson against Lehman. Comes close. That's an easy layup. They got a rush. 64-58. Setting up for a three. Short. Power rebound there by Dotson. Sending a statement. Strong finish to the third here by the Ryukyu Golden Kings, and they lead by 6 as we head into the fourth.
SEAHORSE 三河オフェンスからスタートです。Let's go SEAHORSE! Let's go SEAHORSE!
Nothing there on the offensive end to open up fourth quarter hostilities for Mikawa. They're still trailing by 6. Kickball, they say. Shot clock at 14. Ishii doing everything he possibly can to stop the progress of Waki. Strong drive, Dotson. Wow, he has come alive here in the second half. He was virtually non-existent in the first 2 periods, but he has come alive here And it's an 8-point advantage for Ryukyu, 66-58. And a timeout needs to be called by Coach Ryan Richmond.
Thank you. The SEAHORSES MIKAWA Studio.
The Kings have a section of fans here, and they're being as loud as they possibly can, as you can see it there on your screens right now. Directly behind their bench. They've got about 3 sections full. Gardner to try to bring it closer. Kennedy with the bucket. Timely cut. Kennedy now with 5 points. Wacky. Lane point forward. Up against Lehman. Cooley's back. That's a nice matchup. Cooley and Gardner. Dotson. Dotson. Again with the attack. And a block will be called. At first he was worried. Might have been a charge. Well, he made contact, and it's Nishida picking up his first. Soto and Nodera will check in now for Ryukyu, and it's still Nishida here guarding Dotson. That's a big lineup. We have Kirk inside. He gets blocked though by Lehman. They also have Jack Cooley on the opposite end. They get it to Alex. Nice strip by Kennedy. Matsuwaki. Well, that's Wacky. Will come up with a foul. Duty foul there. He was worried about his squad giving up an easy 2. That's his 3rd personal. Lehman with the handoff. Kubota. Nowhere to go for Kubota. He goes back to Gardner. Gardner! Look at that soft touch. What a release. He's hit back-to-back baskets, and now Coach Dai says it's our time to talk things over. Exactly 8 minutes remaining in game number 1 as Mikawa hosts RYUKYU. Best of 3 quarterfinal. Onodera finds Jack Cooley. Jack Cooley with a push shot. Yes. Extends the lead back to 6. 13 points now for Big Jack. He already with a double-double. 13 points, 12 boards. Rising for 3. Kirk with a foul. And Kubota looking for a 4-point play. Making contact there with the leg. Let's see. Rises. And there was the contact. Still holding on to his leg, but he's saying he's pretty good. Oh, the foul's going to be called on Onodera, though. But if the foul is on Onodera, who will take the free throw? So the shot clock will be at 14. Leads 3. Kennedy gives it up to Jake. Jake, floater, no. But Gardner's there to clean up the mess. 2 players from the Golden Kings went for the same rebound. They both mistimed their jump. (68-67). They still have Dotson on the floor. Together with Law this time. Dotson for 3. Short. Look at Lehman going up for that one. That's why he's one of the leading rebounders. He now has 9. Misfiring is Kennedy though. And Law says, set a pick for me. They give it up to Shota. Wacky to Kirk. They got to make their move. Here comes Dotson. Onodera, good line. Yes! Onodera looks hurt. Trying to shake it off. Their legs collided. Here's Nishida again. Shifty move. And it's a charge. I guess he wasn't shifty enough. And it was Onodera, who's hurt. Still got there ahead of time. Second foul on Nishida. Boy, Onodera is a warrior. Just made that 3, was hobbling back, and still drew the offensive foul. And that's why Coach Dayo Kitani loves Onodera. Here comes Vic. He'll give it up. Rocky just checks back in for Onodera. Rocky comes out. Straight line drive, throws it up. That rims out. Nishida gets to it. Nishida all the way. Boy, Nishida was asking for a foul, but he's going to have to settle for possession here. He went up. There was the block. So they're going to say Vic Law stepped on the line before he was able to save it. Oh, a challenge is going to be requested here by Coach Dayo Kitani. He wants possession. So there you can see Coach Ryan trying to draw out an offensive pattern just in case they get possession. Let's see if BICLO actually stepped out of bounds before saving it. The fans still chanting. They have done that since the opening tip. How can you not love the fans here in Japan? Yes, Onodera. And here's the call. We're going to change the clock.
ショットクロック14秒から再開です。シーホースボールから再開。
And it's Seahorses ball. To the route of a challenge. Shot clock at 14. Kubota against Kishimoto. Shot clock's down to 4. Do they realize it? Davante does. Will come up short though. Foul on Nishida. And that will put Mikawa in the penalty. They got into their offensive set a little late. I don't think they realized they had 14-second shot clock. Third foul on Nishida. Approaching the halfway point of our final period. Shot clock's now down to 5 on the Kings. Law for 3. Short. And we're going the other way. As we get to this technical timeout, Jack Cooley saying he was being pushed from the back. Things getting real physical here.
ゲームクロックの停止にかかわらず自動的に90秒のタイムアウトとなります。
Final stretch here for game number 1. Mikawa down by 4, but with possession of the basketball. Jake with the handoff. Shot clock's down to 6. Nishida's gonna give it up. Lehman. That's not a good pass. Even if Gardner was able to get that, shot clock would have expired. Ryukyu, nice find, push shot, nothing there for Waki. Talk about being physical, contacting the other players. That's exactly what's happening there. Watch the shove here. Gardner pushed out of the way there by Cooley. Referee's letting them play. Cooley will pick up his 3rd personal foul there. So both teams with 3 team fouls entering the final 4 minutes. Kubota. Gets to Nishida. A foul is going to be called. Waki there complaining, and you understand what he's complaining about. Look at this foul. That was Nishida just flinging his arms forward. That's going to be the fourth and Waki, and they're in the penalty. Let's see if they go towards the cup. Kennedy will launch a three. A little bit too strong. That was an open shot, but with your opponents in the penalty, you want something. Get it to Devontae Gardner. Let him go towards the paint. Get some fouls. Matsuwaki hands it down with the left hand. No. That's a nice rebound by Kennedy. Still a 4-point lead here for the visitors. They look inside. Kennedy. That's a nice seal. And he will not be stopped. Not by Matsuwaki. Not that close to the basket. Cooley with the handoff. That is a great shot coming here from Kishimoto. He's got 8 points. But he has picked his spots perfectly, giving his squad another 4-point lead. That's a backcourt violation. They can challenge. If he feels strongly about it, he can challenge. It'll be nice if we can see that again. But the referee's sticking to their guns. And no challenge going to be issued here by Coach Alan Richmond. Just a 4-point lead. Deep three, no. They say that was touched last by Kennedy. Oh, foul's going to be called? Because now the counter shows both teams in a penalty. Yes, a foul is going to be called on Kubota. Kirk on the outside finds Cooley. Here's Viclo. Viclo looking for space. There was a collision. Just when it looked like Viclo lost control. That might be a foul on Lehman. It is. That's his third. Looks like there's a gash here for Jake. We're gonna have to clean that up and close it first, or replace him. Law getting ready to take 2 shots. They still continue to work on Lehman. So now he's going to be replaced. Coming in is Yutaro Suda. He's capable of hitting a 3, not to mention he's a very tough defender. Viclo on the free throw line to give the Golden Kings a little bit more breathing space. He misfires in the first, to the delight of the fans here at the Wing Arena Korea. One more coming up though. Try to make it a 5-point advantage. Final 2.5 of game number 1. And it's a good one. As promised from the get-go. Davante. Short on that one though. He will make that 9 out of 10 times. He misses there. Big Law. Waited for the double. Gets it back. Puts up a 3. That could be the dagger. No. Kubota will bring it down. Goes to the wing. Nishida will be fouled. Check that. That's Yutaro Suda. Who will head to the line. Foul on Matsuwaki. Only now he's realizing his team's in the penalty. 2 free throws for Yutaro. Suda makes the first. So far, that's his only point in the game. Another important free throw, and the fans know it. They're praying to the basketball gods here that he makes it. 1:48 still to be played. And it's a one-possession affair. 74-71. Lost 3-point shot earlier. Was almost down. Kishimoto, the veteran. He can hit the 3 as well. They got to get into their offense. He puts up a deep 3. Yes! What did we say? He is more than capable. He doubles their lead now to 6. Kubota looking for space. They need to score here. Gardner tries to get the 3 right back. Banks it through. 28 points for Davante. Not quite sure he called it, but at this stage, he will gladly take it. Under a minute remaining in game number 1. Still just a one-possession affair. Another deep 3? No. Long rebound, tracked by Law, and they got another 14 seconds to burn. There's a mismatch here. Let's see when they send the double. Law falling away now. And it says foul. It might be a foul on Lehman. And he's done. If it's on Jake. Watch it here. There was a shove. Oh, only his 4th personal foul, so he's still in the ball game, but 2 free throws for the big man Alex Kirk. Kirk short in the first. Kirk second. Money. And a timeout will now be called by SEAHORSES Mikawa. Time down to 34.9 seconds in this 2-possession affair. They need to score. Quick three. Lehman hits. Just the way they drew it up. 18 points for Lehman. And now they don't need to foul. But they cannot afford to give up a three. Almost a steal. Kishimoto to Law. Time down to 6 seconds. For a 3-point lead, it's there. And a timeout will now be called. Big basket for Vic Law, and he has done that time and time again for the Golden Kings. Timeout now for Coach Richmond, needing another play that can get them a quick three to tie things up. .1. Let's see if they release Lehman once again. They can't. They stick to him like glue. Gardner will bring it closer. Puts in the 2. Now they're going to need to foul. Time down to 6.4. Gardner didn't realize, but he was right there. Put in the 2, and the Kings gladly gave it to him. 6.4 remaining. Timeout by the Golden Kings.
ゲームクロック 7.2 秒から再開です。
They add some time to the clock. 7.2. We're going to inbound here from their front court, which is a wise decision. Just in case there's a turnover, it's a lot of distance to the other basket. Matsuaki with inbounding chores. Trying to get it into their best free throw shooters. Alex Kurt's a very good free throw shooter, but he's not that quick. They might have wanted to get in a couple of other guards there to get the pass. There he sent it high. And a foul is going to be called on Kennedy. Viklo now on the line for 2 shots.
フリースロー2本が与えられます。2ショット。
Third personal foul on Thomas.
さあ、フォースイーホースミカワナンバー11。
2 big free throws. Kubota's in. Regardless of whether Viklo makes both these free throws, it'll still be just a 1-possession affair. Coach Allen quickly diagramming a play here. They're going to need a quick 3. He's going to call a timeout here. No, there's going to be a challenge. He's going to challenge the foul. I think that challenge is really just to give himself an extra timeout, so he can diagram a play. There clearly was a foul. But the point I was making earlier is, why have Alex Kirk in there, wherein he's not one of the quickest of players to get open for a pass? At this stage, you don't need an offensive rebound. Now, you put him back in. He might get an offensive rebound and ice this ball game. But anyway, everything worked out well for the Golden Kings. They got it inside the law. And 2 free throws coming up for Vic to make this a 3-point affair. But let's see what the judgment will be here on the challenge issued by Coach Richmond. Clearly a failed challenge, but Coach Richmond able to talk to his boys, get a quick play in. Whether it's a make or a miss, they need to quickly get this down. First is a swish. 15 points now for Viklo. To make it a 3-point affair. And now the question is, do you want a foul? If you're RYUKYU, if Viklo makes a second free throw, so you deny them a chance for a 3. A lot of things for coaches to consider. So no more timeouts here. Sota Onodera is in the ball game now to give them a little bit more speed. They get it inside. Gardner. 3 on the way for Lehman. That will fall short. Good line, just not enough juice. And the Golden Kings will steal one away from home as they win this one, 82-79. Huge victory here for Coach Dayo Kitani. Seahorses Mikawa had everything in their favor. They were playing at home, they had a full squad, but today they will fall short. There you see the quarter scoring. Big start for the RYUKYU, 24-18, and that set the tone. They lost the second period, but they came up with another big third. They held on here in the fourth. Don't go away. Interviews coming up. As we're going to hear from Coach Dayo Kitani and some of the stars of the Golden Kings. はい、竹谷ヘッドコーチ、セミファイナル進出おめでとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございます。
まず今日の試合振り返っていかがですか？
そうですね、やっぱり三河さんのバウンスバック怖かったんですけど、本当出だしから選手たちがインテンシ高いディフェンスやってくれて、もう本当今日もねしびれる展開やったんですけど、最後勝負決めてくれたかなと思います。
本当に素晴らしいゲームだったんですけども、はい、勝負を分けたポイントとは何だったですか？
やっぱりリバウンドじゃないですか。結局僕たちがオフェンスリバウンドね、最後まで執着心持ってやったところ、セカンドチャンス拾えたところかなと思います。
はい、本当にこう最後の最後まで分からない状況で、なんか各々がそういう自分たちの役割っていうのをすごく徹底してるなと思ったんですけども、はい、その辺は選手に対してどういったことをね、指導してるんですかね。
そうですね、時間かかりますよね、やっぱりね、夏場はみんなこの習ったことをやりたいっていうのがあって、ね、エゴはあった方がいいんですけどね、そこのエゴのぶつかり合いがありながらシーズン通してやっぱり役割っていうのを徹底してもらわないといけないんで、本当でこうやってみんながそれを受け入れて今こういうね試合ができてると思います。
もう本当にね強い琉球を見させていただきました。最後に琉球のファンブースターの方にね、はい、一言、メッセージいただければお願いします。
そうですね、今シーズン本当に苦しいシーズンだったんですけど、本当皆さんの応援なくして今ないと思ってるんで、本当皆さんのね声援をかみしめながら次も戦いたいなと思います。
はい、桶さん本当におめでとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございます。
また頑張ってください。
はい、ありがとう。
はい、クーリー選手、勝利おめでとうございます。
Thank you.
今日の試合を振り返っていかがですか
？Today's game was just such a battle. We knew Mikawa, who was a great team, was going to come out with a lot of energy. So we wanted to make sure we threw the first punch, and we did. We came up 10-0, but they're such a good team. They fought back, and this was just such an entertaining match game. And I'm so proud of the way we handled this, and we came out, we played so well, and just at the end of the game, we put it together. And the Kings in the playoffs are very dangerous. So I'm glad we were able to continue to show that.
はい、今日はご覧の通りすごく激闘な試合だったと思ってます。で、三河さんはですねすごくとても素晴らしいチームである上に昨日よりもエネルギーを持ってプレーしてくださったことでいい試合ができたかなと思ってます。最初の方で10-0のランをできたんですけれども、しっかりそこからまた修正するところは修正してファンにとってもすごくエンターテインメントな試合だったと思ってます。で、もうご覧の通りプレーオフに出てるキングスは危険だということを証明できたと思います。
はい、キングスはCS になるとよりね強さを発揮しているという印象があるんですけども、その強さはどこから来てるんですかね。
Since I've been here, we've always made the playoffs, and we've always done well in the playoffs. And we as a unit have been together for so long that we just find it in ourselves and trust in each other, and that's what leads us to play together so well. I mean, we have a lot of chemistry in that locker room, and we put it out on the court. And, when playoffs come, we know how we need to play, and we make sure we do that.
はい、私がキングスに来てからですね毎年のようにプレーオフには出させてもらっているんですけれども、まずはチームのコアな部分がすごく長い間一緒にプレーしているっていうことと、またそこから来るお互いへの信頼度だと思っています。で、ロッカールームでのケミストリーもすごくいいものだと思っていて、それをコート上で表せているのが良かったかなと思っています。
はい、最後にファンブースターの皆さんにメッセージをお願いします。
Kings fans, you guys came out here and showed us so much support. You guys were loud, and I know you're back in Okinawa cheering your tails off, and we appreciate that. We know how hard you cheer, and we want to make sure we play just as hard. So thank you so much for all your support. We appreciate it, and we're going to keep this thing going for you guys. So thank you so much.
はい、今日もたくさんの応援ありがとうございました。この三河のアウェーという土地でもですね、すごく大声援を受けてプレーできたのはすごく心強かったです。でまた沖縄に帰ってもですね、同じような声援をいただけるとありがたいです。また皆さんのためにプレーしているということを忘れずに今後も戦っていきたいと思います。
はい、ありがとうございました。セミファイナル頑張ってください。
Love you, Mama, Teddy, Athena. Happy Mother's Day, pretty mama.
This season もたくさんのご来場、そしてたくさんのご声援ありがとうございました。今シーズンはこれで終了しますが、シーホースミカの歴史はまだまだここから続いていきます。秋に開幕する新リーグ B プレミアでまたお会いしましょう。ご準備ください。
Enjoy the highlights here as we go through the interview of Coach Dayo Kitani. And he said Mikawa was really tough, but our players were focused on rebounding, and we made our second chance points so many times. That was the key to victory. We struggled with this season, but the fans gave us so much energy here today. And despite we playing at home, not at home, some of our fans have made it here, and it did seem like we felt their energy, and they drove us to this victory. Vic Law there with a big three. And a while ago, you heard the interview of Coach Jack Cooley, knowing that, yes, time and time again, they have made it to the playoffs. Time and time again, they have made it to the B.LEAGUE championship. And so, they're that experienced. They know exactly what to do in big situations. And they came up with another big one here as they came away with a victory in game number 1. They got off to a great start. They led 2-0, and then all the way to a 10-0 blast. They last led by 10 at 12-2, and then in the second quarter, Mikawa made their move, hitting some big shots, a lot of threes, and also some shots inside courtesy of Davante Gardner, and they picked up a 3-point lead as they led 39-36. Vic Law with the attack. Even Dotson would have his chances. That was the only basket for Damian in the first half. After 2 periods, it was a 1-point lead for the home squad as they led 43-42. And then it was nip and tuck all the way. In fact, that third quarter was really marked by runs here and there. And I say that because Mikawa was able to open up a 6-point lead that was at 51-45. But coming up with big shots, Matsuwaki and company. Together with this incursion here from Alex Kirk. And after being down by 6 at 51-45, as I mentioned, the third period ended with a 6-point lead for the Kings, 64-58. It was a solid second half for Damian Dotson. Dotson would come up with all these big baskets here. Looking inside, Kennedy. Kennedy actually did his share. Looking at the Golden Kings. Coming off the bench for them was Dotson. He will finish with 9 points after being on the floor for 17 minutes. Shota Onodera will hit a 3. Onodera, usually a starter, came off the bench today, played 13 minutes and issued 6 points. But there, Kennedy flexing his muscles once again inside the shaded area. He's difficult to be able to contain. And then Kishimoto, the biggest of shots. This one gave them a comfortable lead. That was enough for them to hold on. This was the failed effort. No, actually, that was the 3. That was bank through. That was a foul. And that would give 2 free throws for Kirk. He would miss the first, make the second. This is what I was talking about. Quick 3 to cut the lead. And then Vic Law to make it a 3-point affair. And then a mistake coming from Davante Gardner. Oh, they're not going to show that. They're going to show the 3-point attempt from Jake Layman falling short. That will end this ball game in favor of the Kings as they win this one 82-79. 3-point victory as we take a look at the numbers. And as expected, virtually even. 55% shooting for Seahorses Mikawa, 56 for the Golden Kings. In terms of 3-point shooting, 34% for Seahorses and 33% for the Golden Kings. So again, just even with each other. If you actually try to take a look even at the combined field goal shooting, not too much of a difference. 43% for Seahorses Mikawa and 45% for the Golden Kings. Both teams taking good care of the basketball. 8 turnovers for Mikawa, 7 here for the Golden Kings. Big discrepancy there, 16 and 8. When you look at those numbers, those are the points off turnovers. Mikawa took well advantage of those turnovers from the Golden Kings, but it was not enough to give them the victory here today. Bench points, plus 10 for the Golden Kings, which is expected because they do have a deeper bench as compared to Mikawa. Some individual numbers before we call it a coverage. In terms of scoring, Davante Gardner would score 30 points, backed up by Layman with his 18 and 8 points, contributed by Kubota. For the winning squad, Bicklow would finish with 16 points, 13 points for Jack Cooley, and Alex Kirk with 12. Those are the numbers I was talking about. It was like a one-man wrecking crew here for Davante Gardner. So they will fall short in game number 1. In terms of rebounding, Jack Cooley leading all players with 14 rebounds. 10 rebounds as well for Vic Law in the victory. And Waki would finish with 5. For Mikawa, 9 for Layman, 5 for Gardner, and 3 for Nishida. In terms of assists, Kubota will finish with 7, 5 for Nishida, Nagano would have 3. And for the winners, Vic Law with 5, and 3 apiece for Kishimoto and Cooley. Those are the numbers I talked about earlier for rebounds. Well, that's where we're going to end our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us for B-League action. This is the championship, the playoffs here in Japan. Till tomorrow, thanks for joining us. Take care. Have a good night ahead. God bless.